everyone, Cheryl here today with KaDoodle Bug Designs, and today we're going to be working with this one's the Popsicle and Fireworks collection, and she's super cute. She's the sitting bear with her little dog, and I just thought she was so darling, so I wanted to show you the paper piecing process that I did, and then also the inking. So I did kind of prep my tray, and I'm going to kind of go over that really quick with you. I feel like it makes it a lot easier if when you bring all your pieces over, you get them pretty much like where they're going to go. And so on this one, I've got like the bear all set up. This is her body. And then these are her little hands. So I wanted those there, and then I was able to ink them all. And I'm going to kind of show you the inking and all that. And then this is her dog. And I've prepped a lot of the pieces so we can kind of run through this pretty quickly. And so everything for the dog is right here. And then the bear head is right here. And I left some of the pieces so we can ink those together. And then her bows, her eyes, and her muzzle are right there. And I am missing... OMG. Oh my gosh. I'm missing her nose. How do I do that? I keep them in a tray. I cannot believe how I end up losing things. So, oh, here it is. Okay. So we've got the nose. So I have the nose. Sorry, you guys. I swear to you, I am horrible for losing pieces. I put them in the trays, and I swear. Okay, so anyways, on her, I just used American Crafts white cardstock, some of the blue. The red is Cardinal from Basil, and this other one here, I thought it was watermelon. Let me check. That one's also a Basil, and I just thought it was really pretty. It's got the dots. Oh, let's see. I should have a whole pack of it. It's called Pirouette. Oh, that's so weird. I thought it was the watermelon one. Anyways, it comes like this. It's all dotted, and it's just really pretty. And that's Basil. I was able to pick this paper pad up, or paper stack up for really cheap at American Crafts warehouse sale. But you can tell it's not a red. It's really pretty. But so her bows are red, the ears are red, and then her muzzle and ears are going to be that pink, but they're all distressed with the same color. So I'm going to set her aside so we can get started. So the first thing I want to do is start with the white, because of course when I get going with red, I'm gonna have it everywhere. So I try to start with the light. And so for her ears, we're gonna see these ears here, and I'm just using the Starlight Silver, and that's a pigmented ink, and then just the flat dauber. And we will see like a little bit up here, and then I don't know how I bent that, but her little ears we're going to see, because those don't get covered. You know, on the normal, like when I normally do a lot of the cuts from KaDoodle Bug Designs, a lot of them I end up leaving like some of the areas where I don't distress them, because there's a backer piece. But on this one, you could see the ears are going to show. Her face down here won't, but that's okay. We can come in and do a little bit if we want. But I am going to do, this is the face part. So this is definitely going to show. So we definitely want that inked up. And this one here, I've done it a little darker than I did her. If you look at her, she's a little lighter. So I kind of wanted to show you, you can go really light, or we can go a lot darker. Okay, so we've got pretty much all the white done with that. So the next step is going to be on the dog. I used the Bashful Blue, and that's just for all the blue pieces. And so I'm going to show you that really quick. So I just did the face. Now you can do this holding it like this, or you can kind of come in. Really, it's going to just be up to you how you choose to do your distressing. I find that when I put them down on the mat or the glass, we can get more shading to come in by just coming up in and up. And so if you're wanting a lot of shading, you would want to do it like that. On some of these, I don't find that I need to do like a ton of shading, but that's a preference for each person. So now on this little muzzle here, I wanted something lighter. So I went with the soft sky. It's definitely lighter. And I just used the dauber. It doesn't matter if your dauber's round or flat. You can use either or. So if you have the flat ones, just use those. I wanted to try these round ones out a while back, so I did pick those up. And they do work really nice when you're doing stuff down flat, because you've kind of got where it's rounded up and you can come in a little differently, but you can always mess around with what you have. So that one's that. And I think that was the only one that I used that color on. So now going back to these ears and then like the bows and whoops, these are part of the bow too. So we're on the red now and I'm going to show you. So on the red, I like to use Club Scrap. This is that hybrid ruby. And I just kind of ink up or load up the dauber on this really well. And then we can come in and do the little muzzle. So the muzzle is the one that's done in the pink. And it's actually a little embossed dot. So we have her muzzle, and then we want to do the ears. These are the inner ears. So we've got those done. Okay. And then the bows, the same thing. We want to distress those on the sides, top, and the bottom. And I'm going to show you a little trick with this, only because for some reason, yep, I lost pieces. And I don't know if Gizzy got in my tray and the pieces, they're so little, they disappeared. But yeah, they're gone. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to deal with that. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so I think I've got all this red dealt with, so I'm going to spray my hands really quick. So on the one that's done right here, you're going to see, oh, and I didn't do the darn little round pieces. Okay, well, we're going to do those. So let me show you. Okay, so for the little round ones, I'm going to come in with R59. And I'm probably going to have to clean my hands again. I'm coming around the edge, but I'm also going to dab this too with that dauber. So let's just kind of get whatever we can, because those really aren't going to be a huge deal. Okay, so you could hold these down and, get those done up. Okay. Let's see if I can get, I don't know, I kind of did those a little much, but that's all right. Okay, and then I'm going to wipe this tray. Since I have a lot of white on this one, I'm just really hoping I do not get, okay, all right, so now I'm going to show you. Okay, so on her little bows up here, these pieces will cut out when you're doing the cutting. And I cut them in a burgundy. You can kind of see they're small. If you don't want to cut those, or if you lose them like I do, you don't have to worry about that, because you could always come in and add that with a marker. Okay, so if you have Stampin' Up markers, or if you have Copics, you can use whatever. It doesn't matter. So in order to do that, all I did was, we know that this part up here is more of the rounded and thicker part, and then we can just kind of bring it in a little bit. And so we're just giving that highlight, you know, as like a bow would look. So the opening part up there. And so you can do that. Now, if you want, you can even come a little bit down here. I kind of came in a little bit at these edges, kind of like so. Now, you could always take your dauber and daub in a little darker on those edges. Let me kind of zoom in. You'll kind of see what it looks like. Okay. So that's what that's going to look like. Doing it with the marker. And then this is if you're cutting it with this, but since I lost, I think 3 of these, and I probably just lost that piece too. Oh, there it is. So since I had lost those, I needed to make do with what I had, because I wasn't going to go back in and cut those. Now, that's why if you save your files, like if you save your work, you would be able to go back in, delete out 2 of them, take and keep these, and then just cut them again. I didn't save this one, so let me zoom out a little bit here. Okay, so we've got the bows are all ready. Let's see what else I'm missing. Okay, so I think I've got everything ready. So now we can go ahead and start piecing. So this doesn't have a backer like the newer files do. This is an older file. So I like to start them kind of like how I've laid it out. It kind of helps me. So what I'm going to do is just start with the head first. And so we want to get our ears on. Let me put that pin in there. Okay, so I'm going to use the art glitter glue, and we want to get these inner ears on first. And that way we'll have these done and ready. So we're going to start building this head first, and then we can set it aside. Okay. All right. So we've got her little inner ears on. So now we're going to go ahead and get her face on. And I'm just using the glue on the back of this one. And we kind of want to line that up. Let's see if I can pick it up. Okay, so we're going to get all these little scallops lined up together along the bottom. And then they should line up at the top too. Okay, so I'm just making sure that the scallops on there are lined up. Whoops, and I just shook the camera. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is get this muzzle on. And I brought her muzzle down a little bit down, and so we're going to add that, and then we'll tuck those eyes in. So we're going to get this face done. And I forgot again. Okay, so on the little cheeks, I'm going to use the number 4 brush, and I'm going to use some chalks. Let me get her cheeks done up really quick. I find that sometimes with some of these, it's easier to get these cheeks done first. So this is Stampin' Up's, I think that one was the Blush Blossom, and now I'm going to use some Pretty in Pink. So we'll come in with some of that pink. Oops. And I'm just going to kind of blow that off there. Okay, I think... Let's see, so once we get that muzzle on, let me add a little more glue to that. And I guess if we needed to, we can always come back in if we need to on the cheeks. So I'm just going to bring this down a little bit. And I'm going to kind of make it so the top part's up a little. That way I can add these eyes in really quick. Okay. So I know her eyes are going to be roughly about here and maybe right here. So I'm just adding a little bit of glue. If I add too much, they will, the glue will come out, and I kind of want to try to be a little careful on that. Okay. So now you can make these eyes, you could put the shape however you want, like if you want it more tilted down or up. I'm going to do them just kind of like how they are. I'm thinking that looks pretty good to me. And then, of course, you can come down a little bit if you need. Okay, I think that's fine. And she'll have her nose. Oops, I kind of want it, I think, like that. Okay, so I'm going to push those down like that. All right. And then let's go ahead and add, well, to the cheeks, I'm going to get a little bit of that pixie pink. This is definitely a darker pink. Okay. And then I just kind of blew off the excess. And then we're going to put a dot on each. That. And then her eye, we're going to give her one. And then I did add some dots to the ears. They get covered up, but that's okay. So we can kind of let those dry. Now I want to come in and I'm going to grab a thicker micron. On this micron, I think I'm going to go with, let's go, I have too many of them right here. Let's see if the 05 will work. So I want to add some little dots to her cheeks. Oops. I just did that. So that's using just the 05 micron. And I'm hoping her little eyes are done already. So just, you can take this Viker tool and try to clean up any glue. You want to just make sure there's no glue around those eyes because we're going to do those eyes right now. Okay, so on her eyes, see how they're shaped a little different? We're going to do them, and I'm going to show you how I do these. Okay, and if you're watching on a cell phone, you can click, there should be a little box right here in the right corner. If you click that, it's going to give you full screen, and I'm hoping you'll be able to see. So I'm going to start with the Micron 003 on her eyes, and all I'm going to do is do some little lashes coming off here. And now we want to kind of curl up just a tad right here. Okay. And then we can come out right on this corner. I come out. And then I come down with a couple. And that's it. And that's pretty much what I did. So this one's a little, just a little, some little lashes, right? And then as we get down closer, we can start swooping those lashes up. Okay, like that. And I'm hoping you can see. With some of the different shaped eyes, I kind of try to just do what I think I may like. So, whoops, and I'm thinking I'm missing a couple right there. So you can always, that's the nice thing about doing these. You could come back in and add. So, really, it's just whatever you like, and that's what I try to do. So if you're going to do these lashes on her and you're not sure, I do have some videos that I've done where I show doing the lashes, and I'm going to just show you super quickly on this one. So if you're going to do these lashes, you can always try to just draw these eyes up. And, you know, it comes kind of like that. And then just practice on this. And so if you want some little ones, you'd come in little and then big. And then if you're not and you want, if you just want them to kind of, you could always just add a few here. I mean, it's really whatever you're liking. I know I did the one, I think it was the last one I did. No, I didn't do him. It was Now I can't remember which one. Oh, it was on the dog. On the dog, I didn't really care for how I did the lashes, even though I looked at it and, you know, kind of messed around. I think on the next one, on this one in this video, I'm going to do them going up. But anyways, you can kind of just mess around on paper. I do have some eyelash videos just on some of the different ones, and you can kind of mess around. I always say try to mess around first on paper and just draw up the eyes, and it doesn't have to be perfect because it's only for you to practice. And that to me definitely helps me anyways, and so maybe it'll help you when you're trying to do the lashes and you put your pieces together and you don't want to practice on your piece. You want to practice on a piece of paper is what I say, because then you know, if it's something you don't like, you can always change what you're trying to go for on the paper. And so now I'm going to just add her nose, and she does need some shadow, so we're going to come in with a little bit of that. So I'm going to just use some black chalk. And on her, I just kind of came in down at the bottom and then kind of brought it up a little bit. And then the same with that. If you start with the black on the bottom and then bring it up, I find that you'll get, you know, you'll have more on the bottom and less coming up to the top. And so, and then the little eraser, we could probably get some of that erased like so. And I'm just using one of the old craft erasers, but I know when you buy the chalks, like Stampin' Up gives you one of their erasers. And here it's in a little baggie. But you can always buy, you know, if you don't have Stampin' Up chalks and you have some others, you can always get the little, they're even smaller than this, the eraser. So it's really going to depend on how much shadowing you want. So there we go. All right, and so I think she's pretty much done. We're going to get the rest of her glued together, and yeah, so we'll go ahead and do that really quick. And then let's get the little dot and the line for her nose. And so I just did that. I left the line that I normally do coming down with the little mouth. I left that off of her. I figured I wasn't going to do that on her. I do that on some of them. So we're going to add these bows next so we can at least have her head complete. And so you can just kind of add those wherever if you want them to come down more. But this larger part up at the top is where it's going to go. So up at the top is where we want those. And then we'll add those little dots to the center, or the little circles to the center. Oops. I think it goes that way, and I'm having problems. All right. I'll get it. I know, it's so funny when sometimes when I try to, even with the dewdrops, sometimes I'll flip them over and they'll flip back over. Okay. So I'm just going to add some little lines to this. And then you could just add like your lines down here, but if you want them up, you can come to the top. It's really up to you. And that's kind of just how I did it. I'm going to add one more dot there. But I think that's it for her. So I'm going to leave her and put her aside. Her face is so cute. I just love her. She's so cute. Okay. So now that we have that, we're going to go ahead and get her body. So we're going to come over here. Let me zoom out a little bit. Okay. So we're going to come over here and grab her body, and then we're going to grab her arms as well. So we want her arms attached first. So this is what we're going to do, is just build up this bear here. So kind of bring them out like that, I'm thinking. Because her little head, I tilted her head to the side. I think it's just super cute tilted. So let's go ahead and add this one on here. All right. And I think that's probably going to be fine. All right, so we've got her body and her body and her arms, and now we want to grab these legs and get these on. So all I did for the legs is I just added some glue right to that end, and I'm using the art glitter glue, and I can kind of just put her legs like so. Okay, and then we're going to add these just like that. Oops, it goes, I went put it the wrong way. Okay. Well, I'm doing pretty good, huh? All right, so, and now that I have glue on the back of this, I'm going to come and wipe that off a little bit and then try to get that placed one more time. So we just kind of want it like so. And there. So I'm going to get that pressed down. Okay, so the same thing with that. We're gonna get that one. So we'll press that down. And then this goes right here. And then, so we're gonna kind of come in like so. There we go. All right. Okay, so we have her body done, and then now what we want to do is go ahead and work on the little the head for the dog here. I think we're going to go ahead and do that. We'll start him. So the dog's head, we can go ahead and add the little muzzle on right here. And let's go ahead and do that. And these eyes are going to tuck in, so you can leave a little bit of room at the top. And then, so his head's right here. So I'm going to bring that muzzle off a little bit. And hopefully I can get that a little, I think it went like, now it's kind of like that. If I can push that. Okay, so I think I have that. So this one has the little patch eye right here. So we're going to add that next. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and add now the other eye. Okay, so we're going to get these eyes on here now. So I think I'm going to tilt those in a little. So I'm just going to do them like that, and then I think I can press those down. Okay. So he does have the little blue nose. And on the nose, I think I did that bashful blue. Whoops. Ah, come on. So I'm just going to get that nose. And we could have added whiskers to him. And if we did, we would have wanted to already do them. So I'm going to leave the whiskers off, but I think it's cute when you add the whiskers. Okay. All right, so we've got the little nose. I want some of the little black dots on his little face. And I feel like he needs some pink. So we're going to grab the number 4 brush. These I got off at Amazon. Actually, this one's the number 6. I got these off at Amazon in a set of 12. So this is a really light chalk Stampin' Up. But I want some to come up on the cheeks too, or up on his muzzle as well. So we're going to go a little darker on that. There we go. And then I'm going to kind of blow that off. And then one more pink. I'm using like 3 different pinks I think I used. Okay. And we're going to get the dot on the eyes. And this little nose. And then on the cheeks. Okay. And now we can do the little lashes. So on the lashes on this one, I brought them coming down. I think on this one, let me zoom in. And these lashes on my last one were ones that I kind of didn't care for too much, but I'm going to go a couple like that. I think I wanted a few kind of coming up and then doing the ones coming down. So there we go. So I just added some little lashes. That way. Okay, so. All right. So now we've got some lashes. Whoa, and I'm shaking, you guys. We're going to add a little bit of shading with the chalk on this one too. Okay. And I think that's it. Oh, maybe a little bit of the liner as well on this little one. Okay. And I just did it right on the bottom. All right. So now we can add the ears. Let's get these guys done. And that way. So you can kind of add. Let's kind of go. So I'm just going to add these. I'm thinking right about like so. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is get the body with these little feet. So on this one here, I kind of messed up. The little part of the feet are what come out. And I had it the opposite. So I took them off, but this one here, we kind of want those to be where the feet are kind of out like that. All right, so we'll get a little bit of glue and then we'll just build that up. Okay, kind of like so. Okay, so we have this body done. So now what we want to do is we want to add this body to her. And so we're going to go ahead and do that first. So let me... Okay, I'm hoping that's going to be about what we need. All right, kind of right like so. Okay. If you have any glue on the back, you can kind of wipe that up a little bit. All right, so I've got that part on. And then now what we want to do is, oh, we should probably have her head on, huh? I guess we could do that. So let's just add some glue to the bottom part of her head. And see how her muzzle's kind of hanging off there a little bit? That's fine. So I kind of like when the bear's heads are kind of tilted. I just think they look so cute. And so you can kind of just tilt it how. Okay. And if you have to clean up any glue, you can just use this tool. Just gently take that glue. All right. So we have this head here, and we know the dog's head's going to kind of come off to the side too. Well, we can do the dog this way maybe. Yep. Okay. So the next step we need is her hands. And so they come in here like so. Because the little ears of this dog will be, or the little arms, sorry you guys, the little arms are going to kind of come like this. So what I did was just place these pieces kind of like how I thought they were going to go. And then you can kind of get an idea. And so I'm thinking right here is going to be okay. And so we want these to be the flat part in. We're going to kind of go like, oops, that's not going to work. Let's see how that's going to cover. Because we want to make sure we can kind of cover this part right there. All right, hopefully that one's okay. There we go. I'm thinking. Because once I tilt her head, I should kind of, I'm thinking that will cover that. So I'm going to add these arms. So I'm just trying to cover this area right here. I could have brought that in a little more. And so we're just going to add the dog's arms, sorry. Yeah, so I think that looks okay. I think I'm going to go like that. All right, so I think I'm going to add it just like that. So I'm just adding some glue to the back. And then we'll just add. I think that's okay. How cute. Okay. And then I did add, I'm going to do all the white the Posca paint pen. The Posca paint pen I used is the 0, oops, we'll probably put like that. It's the 0.7 millimeter. And so I think I'm going to put this right there. Okay, whoops. Probably could add a little more glue. All right. So on this one here, I'm just going to do some little marks. And I think I want that one there. And I think I had like here. And I'm thinking that's pretty much it for her. And that's going to be it. Oh, you know what? We could add this little piece. There's a little piece that goes right here. And there was a piece that comes over her hand, but I opted to leave that off. And so that's pretty much it. And I'm thinking I'm done. I think I did them all, or everything that needed to be done. And so I do hope you enjoyed my video today. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos, please subscribe. And if you have any questions or comments, please drop those below. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good day.